Hi, I'm Noraleen Young. I am the staff archivist here at Kappa Alpha Theta headquarters, and I am thrilled to announce that we are back with From the Theta Archives. And we are going to be using it in a different format that we used to be on Instagram, and now we're going to be in a format that you can view well after 24 hours and you can share with others. 151 years ago, on January 27th, 1870, Theta was organized. And behind me are the women responsible: Betty, Hannah, and Alice. We are going to talk a little bit about their lives today and help mark this important anniversary in Theta's history. I'm standing here in the renovated areas of Theta headquarters at 8740 Founders Road, Indianapolis. We had done a lot of work to get ready for the 2020 convention, and unfortunately we weren't able to hold that. But I am really thrilled to be able to share this space with you now and encourage you, when the pandemic is lifted, that you can come visit here at headquarters. I want to also take this opportunity to just go over a brief version of how Kappa Alpha Theta was founded. Back in 1867, Betty Locke and Alice Allen were admitted as among the first 5 women to attend Indiana Asbury, now known as DePauw University. They had a hard time on campus because they were some of the few women that were there, and they were looking for a way to support each other. At the same time, Betty Locke, through her brother, was known to the Phi Gams, and she at one point was asked to be basically an honorary or a mascot type of member, and she said, "No, I want to be a full member." And they said, "Well, we don't do that for women." And Betty just went, I need to do this for myself. I need to create something for us. And so she connected with her friend Alice Allen, and between the two of them established the framework for Kappa Alpha Theta, and then invited Betty Tipton and Hannah Fitch to join in on their great adventure, and came on January 27th, 1870 in the boarding house of Hannah Fitch and created Kappa Alpha Theta. We're thrilled to be able to celebrate this anniversary and to tell this story of women supporting women.
Betty Locke was born on October 19, 1850 in New Albany, Indiana. Her father was a minister in the Methodist Church, and the family moved frequently during her childhood, as his appointments and positions took them from Indiana, Kansas, and then back to Indiana. Betty graduated in 1871, among the first 4 women to do so from Indiana Asbury. Her one and only professional position was as a teacher at the Illinois Institute, an institution for teaching students that were deaf. She married in 1876, following her husband to Independence, Kansas, and then back to Greencastle when their 2 daughters were close to college age. She maintained her Theta connections when she returned to Greencastle, serving as a member of the local alumni chapter. She attended several grand conventions in each decade of the 1890s through the 1930s. She's pictured here in the 1930s. She died in 1939, the last founder to do so, but we definitely know she left her legacy with Theta. Alice Allen was born in 1849, just outside of Greencastle, Indiana, the daughter of farmers. She attended a local academy before entering Indiana Asbury in 1867. Pictured here is her family home. During her time at Indiana Asbury, she left school for a year or so, but continued her studies. It is thought that she left to teach in a one-room schoolhouse, pictured here, and earn money to pay for her education. She too graduated in 1871 alongside Betty Locke. Alice went on to become a teacher in high schools in Indiana, serving as principal, and later in Evanston, Illinois, and then in Iowa and Nebraska. She married a fellow student, Thomas J. Brandt, and during her time in Utica, Nebraska, she also wrote columns for the local newspaper. She died in 1894. All 5 of her younger sisters became Thetas at DePauw, and Alice is the founder with the most descendants to have become Thetas, about 20 at this time. Several are pictured in this circa 1875 composite of Alpha chapter. Betty Tipton was born in 1852. She came to Greencastle and stayed with her mother's relatives. She attended DePauw for just a year and then joined her sister at Millersburg College in Kentucky. She was noted for her mathematics skills. She maintained a short-lived chapter at the school and was noted that she wore her badge at graduation. This badge is now part of the Theta Archives. Betty Tipton married in 1873 to John H. Lindsay and moved to Sturgeon, Missouri. She was known for her kindness and took in several individuals as wards. She died in 1909. Hannah Fitch was born in 1851 in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. She began attending Indiana Asbury in the spring of 1869. She decided not to return that fall because she did not feel welcome. Betty Locke wrote to her and encouraged her to return because she had something for her. Hannah remained on campus after the three other founders had left, graduating in 1873, and she helped establish several chapters. She also attended the first Grand Convention in 1872. She served on the editorial staff of the school newspaper, as well as members of other student organizations. Hannah married a fellow student, Archibald Shaw, soon after she graduated in 1873. The family settled in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, and she became active in several charities and a literary study group. She even had a U.S. patent in her name in 1886 for an improved dustpan. Hannah also continued to go to grand conventions, going to the ones in 1899, 1907, and 1919, and wrote in the Theta magazine from time to time. She passed away in 1924.
When they created the organization on January 27th, they didn't tell anybody. In fact, it was a great secret. They even would keep secret when they were going to meet. But they ordered their badges, waited, and received them in March 1870, and on March 14th wore them for the very first time to chapel services, announcing to the entire world that they had created this new organization called Kappa Alpha Theta. We actually have two of those badges, the badge of Betty Tipton and the badge of Hannah Fitch Shaw here at headquarters. Hannah, at a later point in her life, commented that when they were worn that first morning, what a feeling of responsibility we had for the success of such a daring venture. One of the traditions that Theta had for many years, while several of our founders were still living, in this case Hannah Fitch and Betty Locke, was to send thank you notes on Founders Day. They both were very grateful for what they received, and Hannah commented in 1914 in the Theta magazine that each one carries its own personality and reveals to me two things: appreciation for what was done long ago, and best of all, the ever-widening influence for good that is being exerted by Kappa Alpha Theta. Sometimes I like to think how Betty and Hannah and Alice would have imagined how big Theta has blossomed and grown. You can sort of get a sense of it, how big it has become over the decades from our map here at headquarters. But I like to think, too, that they would be so proud of, and for them to consider this a thank you to them for how we have continued what they began, what they fought for. And we are so proud and we are so grateful to them to establishing Kappa Alpha Theta. Happy anniversary. Again, happy Founders Day. And I can't wait to be with you this year as we explore some more Theta history with From the Theta Archives. I'll see you next time. Bye.